Welcome to the Laughing Monkey Music Show. Today about my friend Bobby. Bobby, the mastermind of Pentagram. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm doing real well these days.
You're doing real good. You look real good. It's time for our usual check-in. It's going to be a thing.
Thanks. Yes. Yeah. Got to keep it going.
We know we will always keep it going. We're a
Yeah.
big supporter of you forever. And you got a lot going on, man. As we were talking about earlier, you got a lot. It's going to be a busy year for Pentagram fans. You guys, gals, people, could be good. You know.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. We got a lot of changes coming up. We just did two shows, one in Grand Rapids and one in Pittsburgh, and they were full, and the crowd was really receptive. And with we only have two more shows, and then it's switcheroo. I'm going with all new members, and uh, it's sad, and it brings melancholia and memories. Lots of memories along
Yeah.
the roads, but such is life. The guys in the band have other things. They have in quote careers which are not conducive to the career that I have to play a
Yeah.
lot of shows. And in the upcoming year, hopefully, we plan to get out there for like whole month tours, doing like 25 cities, and do
Nice.
that 3 or 4 times in the next year. And we also have a re-release of my favorite Pentagram two albums, which are Sub Basement and Review Your Choices, coming out in about 2 months. And then also we go in June. We start doing the wood shop. I guess it's called wood whatever.
Wood shedding. A
Wood
wood
shed.
shedding.
Yeah, wood
Yeah.
shedding. Yeah, yeah. See, I'm not hip, man. Uh,
I'm not hip. I've heard the kids use it down at the water cooler.
yeah.
Okay.
Right. We do the wood shedding, and we're writing the all brand new songs studio album for the brand new Pentagram recording
Wow. So is that
released
going
in
to be
24.
so the new album is it's all fresh material you're starting with, or do you have stuff you're carrying over that you're going to polish up, or is it going to be all new
Uh,
band members,
no,
new songs?
there might be one or two songs from the old thing, but it's very highly likely that it'll be 10 or 12 brand new composed songs that have been written for the brand new album. And we plan to kick ass and make it a good one again, hopefully.
I
And
don't put. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't question the fact. I mean, because you had a good lineup before. They were steady guys, but yeah, this is a very hard career, especially at a weird musical level, to tour then have a life unless you're at a point where you can do the weekend flyout gigs every weekend, that some of the bands have gotten to the point, these multi-platinum bands can do those now, where it's not the same gigs, but they can do out. If you're a club band earlier and you're just still working at clubs slash theaters, depending on if you're in Europe, you're bigger, but it's hard to have a job that does
yeah,
that.
yeah, we have our two gigs coming up are at the end of May, and I leave on the 23rd and come home the 28th. We're doing Desert Fest in Berlin, and we're doing one gig in Oslo, and that's it. And that'll be the last two shows with the current lineup. And then the guys are, stepping away and doing other things, their personal family lives and
Yeah,
commitments, as well as and to continue on and play music.
yeah,
We were constructing some stuff that was going to be for this new upcoming studio thing, but
yeah.
we kind of, I need to play. I've got to get out there. I got to be on the road. It's always been my dream. I've never even toured for a solid month, and
Really, your whole life?
no, no, my whole life, no.
How?
And that was because of constraints of the band members not being able to go out and tour for
Mhm.
that kind of length of time, being away from the families and so forth. And I'm into the road dog thing. I'm going to do it till I drop, and I want to play like 26 shows in a month in 30 days.
You're gonna be like
And
Lemmy, right? Where you
yeah, I
play
want to
to
travel,
the
man. I
end.
want to see a place I haven't seen. I mean, in this next year, we're absolutely positively going to get to Japan, Australia, New Zealand. which we haven't been. We plan to do another South American tour. I've already gotten a couple of proposals for that, and some countries we've never been to, as well as uh, a lot of big festivals in the United States, which now has more festivals than ever. Of course, they call everything a festival now,
But
but
they're more like the more like the fuzz, desert, doom. I don't even know what they call it anymore. But all of them kind of encapsulate that type of music where it's kind of got the heavy beat
yeah,
to it.
well, we're going
For
to do,
festivals.
I think, like Download and
Oh, really?
Crew and things like that. Yeah, I want to play them all, man.
No, that'd be awesome. I don't know. I know what you do.
You got Hellfest. They've got 7 different stages of 7
Yeah.
different total different genres of music going at the same time. So put us on the heavy hard rock one, and I'm satisfied. What the
I think
hell?
that would be awesome. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to it. So when you play out in the other countries, you think like South America pretty big on you guys? They seem like they're pretty
South
loyal for rock.
most enjoyable and biggest venue that I've ever done by
Really?
far. They make you feel like the Beatles are. It's wild. It is. It's berserk. The fans go nuts. I mean, there's a crowd waiting at the airport at every airport you get to. There's a crowd, then another crowd bigger waiting at the hotel when you arrive.
That doesn't suck,
And
right? After all these years, it doesn't suck to have that, huh?
oh wow, that was fun. It was fun. It was finally getting a taste of what real rock stars get to do. And I wanted to be a New York Yankee rock star when I was 5. I've told you that before. And
Yeah, yeah.
why not pursue half the dream at least? I'm too old to play baseball now, but I watch it 9, 12 hours a day. That's my total hobby and my total. I'm addicted to baseball. I
Are you?
love. Yeah, yeah, completely. Absolutely. I mean, I do bet on the games, all gambling, soda addiction. What the hell? We all got an addiction. You wake up in the morning, you drink a Coca-Cola every day. That's you're addicted to it. I mean,
At
what
least of this
addiction,
addiction.
right?
At least of this addiction, because people don't know Bobby is clean, real clean, and you can see how the glow on him. He's like a supermodel here. But people that might say, yeah, yeah, sure, whatever. People believe whatever you want, but I believe Bobby, and
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, when you sing and you perform, so keep betting on games is not going to affect your voice, your performance. So if you can have an addiction as a performer, it's better to have one that doesn't affect your game, your show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I love the fact that when I go from city to city in the last year, I know what I'm doing in every one of them. I've got my faculties all and my ducks in a row, and I'm lucid, and I remember the places I've been and the people I've met now. And it's a whole new ball game for me. It's like a kid in a candy store. I love it.
It's
You know?
crazy. It's kind of funny though. The less rock and roll you're partying it up, the bigger you're becoming rock and roll. The more success, the
Yeah,
irony of it is, right? Who would have thought?
it's easier. It's easier to rock when the party is not going through the rocks,
Right.
right? You know,
It is. I mean, it's totally good. But I mean, so
this is the problem here.
I can't
These
believe you're
are
still
the
smoking.
problems.
I can't
I
believe you're still
smoke a pack
smoking.
a day with the bad COPD. I'm smoking a pack a day now, at least again, and it's because I'm nervous betting on all the baseball games. I'm
You
on
gotta switch.
DraftKings, and I'm on. Every I've got MLB on my phone, and I watch literally at least 9 solid hours of baseball a day, if not 12. I mean, every single day, seven
That's a
days a
lot,
week.
man. That's bananas. This feels like an intervention. You're like the Pete Rose of like,
Yeah, yeah. I took I substituted one for the other, right? Yeah,
right, I
it's like,
guess.
but this one possibly can bring accolades and benefits at the end when you bet and you win the bet. But the dope can't. What are you going to get from that? You fall on your ass eventually, or we're
Right.
out. Whatever. So
As long as you're not jeopardizing your finances with your gambling, it's okay, you know.
no, no, I've got my limitations set, and I don't have to call gambling 800, whatever it is.
Well, that's the thing. If you say, here's the thing, like everyone has a hobby and so they have X amount of money every month they spend on golfing,
Right.
on this and that. If you take that money aside and you use that for betting because it's fun and exciting, you keep in that window. If you use your winnings for more, but if you don't go, well, I'm going to borrow from next month's thing. As long as you are honest to yourself, because only you know.
Yes,
You use
it's structured.
you use your play money for whatever you want, as long as you don't
Yeah,
go past it, where it becomes because
detrimental.
of the addictions, gambling can go fast. Whereas you start buying other things, you can spend other addictions, you can spend money on it, but nothing like you don't fall in debt for like collecting stuff like you do for gambling. You know what I'm saying? That's the slippery of this ones.
Yes, yes. It's like I bet on only baseball, first of all, no other sport whatsoever. And baseball game is still, even though they've shortened it with the pitch clock and all, it's still 2.5 hours per
Yep.
game. And I'm doing okay on that. Yeah,
Well, as long as you're doing good.
I'm staying actually by doing these certain parlays. I know
Yep.
baseball so well since I was 3 years old. I'm winning 100, 200 a day in the black every day.
And that's good. That's good. That's good.
I can't complain. It keeps, it's a daily living. It's my other life. That's my other job and
As long as when it
profession.
gets negative, as long as when you start getting this, you start sliding, you take a break. You know?
Yeah, yeah, I do because sometimes I'll withdraw the money right away if I win, put it right to the bank, directly deposit,
Yep.
and then I'll leave over 10 or 20 bucks for blackjack, which can
Yeah.
be a quick go, and you got to watch that one. But
I
I don't
couldn't do it.
keep count.
I'm so compulsive. I could never gamble. I would be a nightmare. I know myself.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
do it. No.
Well, I got it's I'm compulsive anyway, so what the
You
hell?
do.
Yeah.
I've heard. We see a few things out there you had in the past.
Yeah, you see the movie. I was compulsive. Yes. I do
It's
everything I
hard.
do to the nines.
Yeah, it's hard because every now and then, because of our relationship and being on my show and stuff, every now and then, clips of that movie shows up my feed. That's just even hard to look at now because it feels like it's just like a different person from a different time.
The
You
movie?
know?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Even seeing clips of you, I'm like, I can't look at that. It's just, you know what I mean?
I
There's certain
can't.
things.
I can't. It's hard. I weighed 100 and I look like a stick, a popsicle stick, and I'm
Yeah.
all sucked in, and it's kind of funky, and but it is what it is. I wouldn't have traded it. I learned a lot of stuff, and now I got the
Oh yeah.
wisdom from.
I think people might learn from it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you
Yeah,
and actually even for family and for
if you
kids and
learn, if
stuff to
you
see it,
learn
you will look
something
at it. You'll
from a
see that
mistake.
but you will also see that you conquered something and you did it. So there is a good thing about it. It's not a negative thing. I'm just saying me seeing that and knowing you struggle. It's just hard to see. Like your arm, you have especially when your arm, you felt like you're seeing things. That was kind of that was the hardest thing for me. It was
Yeah,
rough.
it's tough to watch. It's tough to watch. But what the hell? Now they just have you heard of the new movie that's out, Late Night with the Devil?
No.
Okay, Late Night with the Devil is a horror type of thriller, and
Okay.
it got high praise from Stephen King personally.
Okay.
And the movie starts out with Forever My Queen by Pentagram, which
There
is
you go.
really cool. Yeah,
That's
it's a
cool.
movie that takes place in the late 70s, and it shows Manson and Son of Sam and all the peace marches and the Vietnam War and all this stuff, and it's playing Forever My Queen.
That's
So,
a good song for you. Kind of very mood,
yeah,
very heavy.
yeah,
That's
it's
good.
very heavy. It's got a really neat plot about possession and exorcism and so forth. And it's Late Night with the Devil is a lot. It's supposed to be a live TV show like Johnny Carson was, like Tonight Show, right?
Really?
And the show, the single episode, it could be a great one act play because it takes place all in one night on the TV show through
Okay.
the whole show, and it's really fantastic because I don't at my age I've seen every kind of horror movie and gore movie and all that crap, and a
I
lot of
agree.
it gets
I stopped. I didn't watch them in a while because I'm bored.
yeah. Yeah, I me too. But I've watched the movie 3 times, not to hear the song, because the song's only in there for half a minute or so, right? And then the movie starts. But the movie is really good. I was
I'll have to check it
surprised.
out. All right, I'll check it out. I
Late Night
think
with the Devil. Yeah.
I stopped it. We had the movies in the 80s and 90s. I love the effects. They're kind of cheesy and fun, but they got better. And that was really fun. And then you had like when Francis Ford Coppola did like Dracula and he did it, but he did it old school with mirrors and lasers and fog and stuff and lights where he had the great new effects, but he did the old effects to it.
I
Remember that
love
one?
the Bram Stoker's Dracula, the
Right. So he
remake.
did that with a lot of he's using new and old effects. I like that. And then in the past couple, I don't know, 20 years now, it feels like everything's so perfected. It feels like something's missing. It feels like there's a like this. scare, you know what's going to happen. It feels like there's something missing, like creativity. Something is missing for me in a lot of the films. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
me
There's a
me
spark.
too, exactly. And this one actually has a couple of oddity twists to it within the TV show
All
that
right,
night.
I'll check it. I don't need to be scared anymore. Nothing scares me is I turn on the news nowadays. You know, these I can't watch things like would be like these shows in Netflix. Like my wife would be like, you know, it's like a child abduction mystery. I'm like, I can't watch it. I can't watch things
Oh,
with kids or dogs or anything happening to kids or animals. I'm like, that's horror to me. You know what I
yeah,
mean? A scary
yeah.
film, that doesn't bother me.
That's
It's make believe. What's horror is that other stuff. So to me, I'm like, a good creative gore, thrasher, scary film can be fun. But I'm excited to check this one out then because it's been a while, you
Yeah,
know.
it's more of a thriller type of. It's not built up with gore at all or
Yeah.
anything of that nature, really. It's just kind of creepy, and it makes you think at the end, and it's pretty neat. Plus the fact that it's like a Tonight Show takeoff, and the guy is striving for ratings, and it takes place on Halloween night, so
It
it's
totally
really
feels like an
cool.
old style thing. It feels like one of those creep show comic book theme type of stories, you know.
It is, and the fact that Stephen King liked it a lot impressed me because I love Stephen King stuff. If you can get into the reading the such finery and detail, it's really great stuff. You know, the guy knows what he's doing. He's a great writer. So,
I can't believe he's
in
still
my
writing as
opinion,
much as he does nowadays. He's still pumping them out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he recommended the movie highly, so I was really happy to see that. And it's getting it broke all the what is it? Shutter is one of the networks that shows horror and thriller
Okay.
stuff. It broke all the AMC Plus and the Shutter records for the month of April for box office
Wow.
for
Nice.
everything, for everything, and
Wow.
so it
Wow.
must be pretty popular. It's cool, and it's an honor.
Got your endorsement, so and people check it out too. You got, you know, your endorsement on that. So what are we looking
Yeah,
at?
I
So
didn't get ripped off for this. I even got paid.
did you? At this point, you just expect to not get paid anymore. You're like literally just put my name, just spell my name right. I just know I'm not going to get paid.
They didn't. They
Spell it right.
didn't. They didn't. My son is Robert J. Liebling. I'm Robert H. Liebling. They put Robert J. But that's okay. When he grows up, you'll see his name there.
That's a good bragging right. He'd be like, yeah, that's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I left that for you. I did that for you. Yeah,
Yes, it's mini me. Right.
mini
Mini
me.
me.
It's still cool.
Right.
It's still you, right? The
Yeah.
so clearly with these, you're in better health, but you are smoking. How are you going to keep your voice going? Getting ready, going into a couple shows, countries, touring, an album.
The two shows that we did, I was surprised. My voice, I hadn't practiced with the band. We did two run throughs of the stage set, and that was it. And that was the night before we left. And I hadn't sung like loud and projecting for like 8 months. And
Oh my
I was
God.
better than I had been in years. I was surprised. It's holding up, man. Somebody likes me up there.
It wouldn't probably hurt to pull back on those smokes though, a little bit.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Just gonna put it
You're
out
right.
there as a
Yeah,
friend and a fan that I wouldn't hurt
yeah.
to do
But
that.
I
You
won't
know,
go to the doctor to find out what could be going on. But I don't have
that's
any
good to that.
adversity right now, and thank God for that. That's all I'll say about that, and leave it. Right?
Yeah, you don't want
No.
to go there. It's exciting by writing songs. Are you gonna be like write any lyrics or anything, or ideas in the meantime, like things that inspire you for ideas when you get sit down,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
full
I've
stuff?
had lots of ideas and lots of creative juices are going within me. And the new album will be a co-written thing with all the members having input, or at least three of the four of us having input. And uh, I'm doing music and words to some of the stuff, and changing little parts around, and having a lot of say in the arrangement and so forth.
Good.
And the plan of what we have to do for the future, which is keep on
Well,
going, man.
it's good to have a band create something, but you always need somebody at the end who goes, "Okay, yes, no." Very rarely can four people or a band all agree on the yes, no at the end. Sometimes you just need a yes, no, man, at the end. You know?
Yeah, because that's because you're married to everybody, and it's like your wife, your husband says, your partner
Yeah.
says yes, no. right?
Right. Yeah. Someone's got to be able to take the heat, take the hit on it. But
Yeah,
I imagine because you have a lot of lyrics from the past that you probably didn't get to use yet. But then if you write new stuff, you want to use your new stuff because you're writing new stuff and you have a bunch of old stuff. You got so much stuff.
I did, but nevertheless, well, another thing I have going is on what is today, the 14th? Oh, tomorrow, the
Mhm.
second album by The Limit, which is my other band with Sonny Vincent,
Yeah.
goes to Portugal to start mixing. And we finally, after the other one was released in April 21, and this went through a long, long time, and there were a lot of things going on in between and so forth.
Yeah.
But we finally got all the ducks going, and they're all walking the same way, and it gets started mixing as of tomorrow.
That's exciting.
And yeah, so that'll be coming out this year too, by the end of the year, and the Salvation Review Choices, and the new Pentagram album, and the new
Re-releases.
band. We have two festivals coming up in uh, in October, which are Up in Smoke and Keep It True in Europe, in Switzerland, and in Berlin. And those will be featuring the brand new lineup. And possibly before then, we'll be playing too. And a lot of stuff happening, man. I'm
Hopefully
keeping
some more
busy.
dates in the US and the East Coast, you know.
There, East Coast again.
No
I
one ever
gotta
gets
get
close
out
enough.
to. I
First time,
gotta
no one
get
gets
out to
close
the
enough to me.
West Coast. The West Coast is where we pack it. Oh my God! It was both shows the last time in California last
I
week
bet.
were sold
Yeah.
out way ahead of time, and there were 1,200 seat places. They were the theaters.
Feels like everybody comes around me, hits like New York, and then they skip Connecticut and they go like to like Vermont or Maine or something. Like I don't mind driving for a band, but I can't drive like 3 hours each way on a work night. Like just I'll go. It's just the point of driving, which is so much, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure that when we do the East Coast, New York is going to happen because we're supposed to do three shows last month, and one of them was in Brooklyn, and that got canceled. And I never had a show in New York get canceled. I'm not going to go into the issues surrounding it. There's a lot of blah blah, and talk is cheap, right? Just put
Yeah,
me on the stage, let me do it, and you'll see. It's always full in New York. We got a great fan base in New York, and I love
yeah,
playing there. It's where I grew up. It's my home.
yeah.
So
That's
go
awesome.
Yankees,
Can put the
go
baseball in.
Yankees and Phillies.
You're right.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Any
always.
any last words for the fans this year? I mean, you got a lot going on.
Just I love the fans, man. Thank you guys for 53 plus years supporting us.
Wow,
I will stick with us, and we're gonna make it to the Rolling Stones 60 years. Hopefully, if
it's
I'm
amazing.
still if I'm still breathing, I'm standing up. They can call the rescue squad the night it happens, but I'll be there on the stage.
Keith is doing it. I think you can do it. 53, man. That's how old I am. You've been a band as long as I've been alive, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's
like it's
amazing.
yeah, yeah. And plus, I mean, and I started at 11 and a half. I mean, I opened for Link Ray when I was 12. This is a long time coming, man. So, I'm real hopeful and real enthusiastic and optimistic that the upcoming year is going to be great. I hope all our supporters will stick tight and keep on holding the flag along with us. Iwo
Yeah.
Jima took more personal the flag.
Follow him on Facebook and on Instagram. Usually Instagram's usually the best for you. Um, any other places best to reach you at or see you? Get updates?
Uh, just Instagram and Facebook, the two places.
Yeah,
Basically,
those two base.
Pentagram page coming soon because one of my former members, Greg, ran the pages on both of those. So there will be new pages going up very soon,
Okay.
and a lot of stuff, man.
Look to my stuff and share them when you get it. Share it to me on my socials and I'll share it out there so people can follow them and that as
Dot
usual.
Liebling dot 81 on Instagram.
There we go. Well,
Okay.
I'll have the links. The links will be underneath the show too. I want to thank you
Okay.
for being on the show. We'll see you again, of course. But
Thank you so much.
good,
I'll
good
see
update,
you.
man.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Take
Thank
care.
you for having me. All right. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.